All right, hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Karma Conversations. Of course, I am your girl, Karma, and remember that all karma is not bad karma. Welcome back to session 7. Today's session is about truth. Now, I was trying to get this episode out. Excuse me, my mouth's a little. I was trying to get this episode out directly after Cat Williams had did his whole spiel about exposing the industry and everything like that, and I recorded twice, and both times the video was not able to fully record. We got to about 12 minutes before it cut off. So I'm gonna try to keep it as short as possible, just because even though I cleared my storage, y'all know how I do. I just want to make sure that this time we can get the video out. So without further ado, we're going to step into session 7. The truth. Let's talk about healing in this new year. How are y'all doing? How are y'all feeling? The energy feels good. I feel like it's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of distractions, a lot of things that want to keep us in a void. However, I feel everybody pushing forward, pushing through, including myself. So, to get started, let's just go ahead and drop into our karma cards. I want to find more cards. I need to make my way to like a spiritual shop. Y'all, I just found out I still have my Queen Nefertiti cards. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. But let's just see what let's just see what we got going on in our good karma cards. Let's see what we can do to bring good karma to us. Okay. It says, get a haircut and donate your hair to Locks of Love. I don't know how many people willing to do that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not quite ready. I just grew my hair back. I just cut my locks and grew my hair back. It's finally getting to like right here. So I'm not ready. So for those who not ready to cut their hair, we got a second. Let's pull a second card. It says praise a coworker or friend. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. If you got a good group of friends, y'all are already waking up in the morning, sending voice notes, sending affirmations throughout the day, text messages when you're having a hard day, somebody that you can call. I thought I cut that fan off. It is cold up in her. All right, you can do that. Good karma. What you reap is what you sow. That's what they say. That's what I heard. Okay, let's see what we got going on in the love life. I'm gonna always pull these love cards just because I like to be nosy. Even though we're trying to change the trajectory of what we have going on, releasing all negativity, all trauma, all dark energy. Let's just keep it, love and light. That's what I've always been about. I feel like healthy choices, making healthy choices in love and in life, self love, self care, and being happier, period. And that's what I want to hear for y'all, because that's what I want to hear for me. So I can't come up in here and say nothing and speak over y'all life and don't want it for myself. I definitely want it for me. All right, and let's pull our chakra cards before we jump into session. I have two more cards, chakra cards and our angel cards, just because we try to move to a higher frequency, okay? So let's see where we're lacking in our chakras, where we can align, where we can, you know, pour into ourselves a little more. And let's hope that it resonates with whatever we have going on in our therapy session today. All right, so this one says instinct, first chakra, your base chakra. I trust that my instincts are correct, so this is where we would use our intuition, our discernment, and I let my natural intuitive feelings guide me forward. I will know what I need to know and how to respond with wisdom in situations that come my way. Lord, I was tested yesterday. I have an innate desire to be a service in life. As I tap into this feeling, I will know what service I am called to do because I believe in myself. Amen. Can we get a witness? Can we get a witness? Okay, and then we're just gonna pull our angel cards. All right, these are our angel messages. What we got? What we got? What we got? I feel like I have one more deck of angel cards, but we'll see. God's got a blessing with your name on it. All right, eyes of love. Focus your eyes on loving actions and your lips on loving words. Wish I would have saw this yesterday. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have Archangel Gabriel. Gabriel guides your creativity. So maybe some of y'all are not feeling as creative as you could. You're not producing the way that you could, whether it's content, blogs, podcasts, makeup, whatever it is that you do to stay in your creative flow. You may be running a little low on that energy, just tap back into it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. I got up today. I woke up extra late. Didn't think about getting on camera, but I was like, you know what? The time is now. All right, y'all. My lips gloss is sticking real bad. Sorry about that. All right. So session 7. Let's start off with the definition of truth. All right, because this is all about truth, changing the trajectory of lies and deceit and things that are done in the dark. So, truth is the quality or state of being true, true being accordance with the facts or reality. So, when I first came up with this whole session, I meditated on it, and the first thing that I got was that to focus on reality versus what you see. Reality versus what you see. So, let me just give an example. Let's talk about work. This job pay your bills, right? So what you see is this job pays your bills. I got money to go out. I got money to shop a little bit. I got a little money to travel. My kids have everything they need. There's food on the table, things like that, right? That's what you see. The reality of it is every day you're waking up later and later. Every day you and your kids rushing. Everybody's starting off their day bad because maybe you yelling and you screaming because you don't want to be late. You're not happy when you get there. You don't like your coworkers. When it's lunchtime, you eating in your car. You isolating. That's the reality of it. The reality of it is you're not happy there. And the reality also is you can change that reality for yourself. So you may see yourself as stagnant or stuck, like I have to do this, I gotta get up, I have to grind, I have to do X, Y, and Z, and I have to go here. No, you don't. You get to go there. Number one. That's number one. You get to go there. But number two, if that's not something that you want for yourself, the reality is you can change that. I'm just putting that out there. Alright, so when we talk about telling the truth, let's talk about being real with yourself first. So as I meditated on what that could have possibly meant, the first thing that came to my mind was if you've been cut off, because we talk about this whole new year, new me, blah, 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 cutting people off, right? If you've been cut off and you have no reason as to exactly why you were cut off, what I would like you to understand is some people cut you off because you don't look good on their resume. You don't fit their aesthetic. You don't align with who they think they are or who they think they will be or want to be, right? And so I know a lot of people may be sitting back pondering, like, well, what is it that I could have done? Don't do that. Truth is, that's just not where you belong. So just keep it real with yourself. Now, a lot of us sometimes, we are in a different vibration, and some of us vibrate low at times. That's not saying that that's where we always are, but some of us vibrate very low sometimes. So you have to be real with yourself. Why did this person cut you off? If you're the one doing the cutting, keep it real with yourself as to why you cut this person off, right? But if you've been cut off, then keep it real with yourself. Were you a good friend? Were you a good partner? Were you a good parent? Were you good at what you did as far as work? Like different things like that. Be honest with yourself. And it's okay to be honest with yourself because you don't have to sit down and tell that to anybody else. But the least you can do, the bare minimum that you can do is to be honest with you, right? Now, if you cut somebody off, ask yourself for real, genuinely and truly, why did you cut them off? Is it because they didn't fit your aesthetic? Is it because they didn't fit your resume on paper? Is it because you don't like the way that they lived it? Now, I'm not saying that you have to remain friends and close and relative with everybody. You don't. Just for example, I cut somebody off simply because this girl was always lying. She would lie. I worked with this girl. So it's like the things she would say, like if you ain't see her for 2 days, she'll tell somebody like, yeah, I just got back from Greece. I just got back from Italy. And it's like, girl, I work with you. Why are you doing that? That type of stuff I find dangerous. That if you would unprovoked lie like that, then you would lie about things that actually matter. So I just decided that's not somebody I want to be around me. I would prefer to have somebody around me like the tribe I have now where it's very transparent. If somebody's upset, we not gonna wait and just start moving funny. We're gonna talk to each other. Hey, the other day, or even in that moment, we are in that moment type of group. In that moment. Hey, I didn't like that. I know that probably wasn't your intentions because it's not what you say; it's also how you say it. All right. So why we don't tell the truth now? I have a partner now who told me one time that people lie because they're afraid. They're afraid of the consequences. And that could be true. That could be a trauma from from your parents, from your guardians, from just childhood in general, right? So people lie because they're scared of the reaction that the person in front of them may give. Some people lie because they don't like the reality of what's actually going on in front of them. So they have to add a little sprinkle, sprinkle, razzle dazzle to make them feel better about what's going on around them. Now, if this is us, if we're the ones telling these white lies, sometimes we tell white lies just simply to be dismissive. Like, maybe I don't need you in my business, but when you start to lie, even if it's a white lie, it's kind of like crack. Like, if I can get away with this lie, let me see if I can get away with this lie. And so if you just learn to redirect the conversation versus lying, let's just say, for example, you have a roommate, or still at the age where you live with your parents, or whoever, right? And you've been gone for a little while, and maybe a night or two, and you come back, and they like, where you been? You're not gonna flat out tell them where you've been, especially if it's the person you were with that you've been crying for 60 days and 60 nights, and finally they open the door opportunity and you running and taking it. Of course, you're not gonna tell them where you've been. Learn to change the subject. Well, good morning to you too. You want some breakfast? Would you like to go get a coffee? You need some attention? Like, learn to change the topic. You don't have to lie. Don't lie. Because lying, you reap what you sow. And when you sow a seed of being a liar, I don't know, when we were growing up, they said if you catch a liar, you can catch a thief. If you can catch a thief, you can catch a killer. I don't know. So, when we talk about telling the truth, earlier I was saying, learn to change the subject so that we don't have to keep remembering lies. So when they talk about how does the truth set you free, the truth will eliminate people around you who don't. The truth is like a repellent. And we have to remember that in our minds and in our hearts, being truthful does not mean being disrespectful. You can tell the truth without being disrespectful. So, for instance, if I was to come online and somebody be like, "Ooh, girl, that makeup is not cute. This don't go together. That don't go together." It may be true, but the way that you're going about it is rude versus somebody saying, "Hey, Angel, next time you get online, do a flash check in the bathroom because it looks like this is not blended." Yes, it's criticism, but it's honest and it's a protective truth. So the next time I come online and I get on front of this camera, my stuff is blended, so I'm not out here looking a hot ass mess. Now, it sets you free, the truth, because some people would take that as, oh, they talking down on me, they whoop de whoop, blah, blah, blah. You're going to repel people naturally. It sets you free because once you tell a lie, there's always a follow up lie that you're going to need. Versus if you tell the truth, and that's just what it is. Now, if they can't accept the truth, to whose fault is that? As long as you were honest and you kept it real, and you'll naturally start to attract people who tell the truth. A liar is gonna attract a liar because like energy attracts like energy. So just to backtrack to when I said I had to cut homegirl off, I don't want people around me that's gonna consistently lie. I don't want to. I had a friend in high school that used to tell lies and would include me in the lie as I'm there, and she didn't prepare me for the lie, and I'm just like, oh yeah, that did happen. But then later, I'm like, why would you do that? Because I'm not keen. I don't want to lie to you. I've told a few white lies, but as far as being a grand liar, I am not. All right. So reflecting on the lies told, how can we get that up off of us? Sometimes I would tell people to get in the mirror, but for me, it gets scary. And everybody that I talk to and that I know, they would tell you, get in that mirror is scary. When you start looking in your own eyes, I don't know what it is about it, but it's just a scary situation. But when we reflect on the lies told, I think that it's sometimes we just need to sit with ourselves because we've all been, you know, we've all lied. We've all, let's just keep it real. This is about truth. We've all told a lie to some degree, whether it's a big lie, small lie, lies to your kids, whatever. Sit back with yourself and ask yourself in that moment, why did I tell that lie? That's important to healing, to moving forward, to raising your vibration. What made you tell that lie? What wound within yourself made you feel that you would have to lie? And it's important to get down to the root of that so that you can eliminate that type of energy. Lie on your resume, cute. It may help you get the job, but what if that very first day they start asking you questions about things that you don't know? Nobody trusts a liar. So you got to think about trust like a bar, like a health bar. If you play games or whatever, right? And every time you tell a lie, the bar shrink, 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 until boom, there's no more trust. It's like the boy who cried wolf. I can only trust you so many times to be honest. And after a while, your words no longer have meaning. You know, your opinion no longer has meaning because you've lied so much. It's just like, why would I come to you for any type of resourceful matter? So you don't want to stop being an important person in people's lives because they deem you as a liar. All right. And then remember we talked about small lies. Small lies affect us because there's a amount of guilt. If you lie and you don't feel guilty, I am scared of you. I am scared of you. Even if I tell the smallest lie, the guilt harbors. And eventually I'm gonna have word vomit and I'm gonna have to tell the truth. So this session is just about getting down to the root of like where did it come from? Was it your parent? Did you end up getting with an abusive spouse? Like, did you, what caused that trauma response? Because that's what it is. It's a trauma response. And so if you keep sowing the seeds of lie after lie after lie after lie after lie, when you look up, you're gonna see dead crop. And anything that don't produce fruit is not a tree worth having. All right, so let's pull up our handy dandy notebook. All right, who the truth hurts? Who does the truth really hurt? The truth is only gonna hurt somebody who does not bear truth themselves. I used to have a friend named Willie. Baby, we could be so honest with each other and it was never disrespectful. It was always straightforward. You were wrong. Let's say I just went off on somebody. You wrong. Called the girl ugly. That girl not ugly. That type of truth. A lot of people, that offends a lot of people. But is it hurting you to be honest? Why is it hurting you to be honest? Why are you afraid of being honest to people around you? So that's another thing. As we start healing, as we start leveling up, as we start pushing forward, do you really want somebody around you that you can't be honest with? If we're gonna heal, if we're gonna let go of trauma, then we have to let certain things go. So remember earlier, way back in the beginning of the video, when I said, why do we cut people off? Don't cut somebody off because they don't live in a nice building the way that you live. Don't cut somebody off because they got 5 kids and they don't have the baby daddies around. Don't cut somebody off because they don't look aesthetically pleasing the way that you do. Like you get all dolled up and you get all dressed up. And when you tell her to get all dolled up or dressed up or him to get all nice and clean, they just come basic. That's fine because they're living in their truth. That's who they are. And I think that you should love and appreciate them more for showing up unapologetically as them. But do you need somebody around you that's a liar? No, you don't. Do you need somebody around you that's dishonest, that you can't trust? No, you don't. Because when they say birds of a feather flock together, it's not the outside appearance that energetically combines us. It's not that. It's the inner works. It's the moral compass. It's the integrity that we have within ourselves that keep us with the people that we surround ourselves with. So if you want to raise your vibrations, you have to start being truthful. Again, looking at reality versus what you want to see. So do you have all these people around you because you want to be friends and you want to have people around you because you're scared of being lonely? Or are these people actually attributing to the person, the man or the woman that you're trying to be, the clean lifestyle that you're trying to live? Praises to the Most High. If that's where you're trying to go, then it's certain type of energies that you can't keep around you. I don't know who your God is, who you represent, who you pray to, but when you really start to get into your spiritual depth, what aligns with your spiritual wellness? Is it these people that you have around you? In reality, I don't know. That's up for you to decide. Okay, and before I go, I really like this. I really like this. So remember I was telling you earlier, if you can lie and feel no shame, I am afraid of you. So remember I talked about I wanted to drop this video because Cat Williams came out with the truth, the truth, the truth. Now, I had already been planning session 7 before he dropped this interview. However, when he dropped it, I was like, this is perfect. 2024 is the year of truth, right? So, I don't remember what Shannon Sharp asked him, right? But I think he pretty much was like, well, why didn't you come out when people was lying on you? Why didn't you come out and clarify what they said? And he said, a liar knows what lies they told. I don't have to come out and clean up or clarify anything that anybody, and you don't either, has had to say about me that was untrue. When somebody lies on you, you don't need to address it because they know it's a lie. Don't and they will stand on that soapbox all day long and try to convince the world that it's true outwardly, but inwardly they know that it's a lie. So if you choose to address it, you feed in negativity. And God said, never feed your enemies. Don't feed them. Don't continue to give them things and entertain things that will constantly give their ego a boost. Because a lot of times they just want to continue to be in your realm. So cut it off. Cut it off at the head. Yeah, I have people lie on me all the time. I mean, all the time. I have people lie on me all the time. I'm talking about middle school. I had a son. I was messing with all of these people I didn't even know. I didn't have my first child till I was 21. And I heard the lie. Did I go around school saying I didn't have a son? I didn't have a baby. The truth is always gonna speak for itself. Y'all never see me with a kid. Now, who came up with that lie and what was the reason? Sometimes people just need to feel the need to be attached to you. You can have a falling out with somebody, they gonna call 27 people and tell them the same lie over and over and over and over to spread it. But real truth seekers are able to acknowledge and call out, why does this person always have a problem with somebody? Why does this person always end up meeting somebody who's a liar or a wrongdoer or low vibrational? Truth is, reality is, like energy attracts like energy. I don't have to defend myself. You don't have to defend yourself because the liar knows what lies they told. So, as we start to heal these traumas and start to address these things within us, start to think about when you lie, how it make you feel. Not how the lie itself made you feel, but why lying? Why did you lie? How did it make you feel after you lied? If you don't feel a thing, then right now session 7 ain't for you. We got to go back to session 1, accountability. But as we start to take these steps into our higher self, we start paying attention to reality. We start to address the traumas. We start to do the shadow work. We start to raise our vibrations. It's important to get down to the root of the issue because rotten roots do not bear fruit. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there for you guys. If you are new to the channel, thank you for tuning in. If you are not new to the channel, thank you for coming back once again. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and I will see you guys next time.